Well, episode 2. It's worse.
Huh?
Oh, hey.
Hide your kids, hide your wife. What?
Oh Lord, please help me through this nightmare. Oh look, cameras! Those would have been useful on a previous episode. Are they gonna qualify why they can't confirm her alibi? Presumably, this Trade Federation ship would have internal cameras, internal sensors, and a log on whether people have left or come back on certain ships at certain times. Have you confirmed that her alibi doesn't check out?
That was easy.
Oh, so now we're doing stealth. Now we're doing stealth. Walking right the fuck up on the Jedi you've come to kill. Wait, what? Okay. So, 2 Jedi, clearly. And she's carefully watching from the side, right? They walk in. The bitch goes around the corner. And passes another bitch. What was the point? What? I guess fuck internal consistency. I'm sneaking around. No, I'm not. This show could not have been written by human beings. This is a product of a combination of AI and a very, very shitty fanfic.
Attack me.
Ah! You're such a shit assassin. If I actually wanted someone to be killed, I would not hire this woman. I would not. I would not waste the credits. I would not waste the energy. Actually, no, you fuck it. I would, as like a fucking joke, I would hire this woman to kill somebody. And watch her fail. Well, no, in this universe, despite the fact she does everything in her power to be as inefficient and as fucking useless as possible about the process of assassination, she still somehow succeeds. Because she's just that awesome. Actually, another thing. Is this guy supposed to be a master? He looks really young. Also, that beard looks really fake. I'd be interested in looking at the actual age of this actor. It looks like makeup-wise they tried to make him look older. Could they not actually find an older actor willing to play a Jedi Master? I mean, the guy underneath the makeup can't be more than 20, 25? Editing Asmo here. It also turns out that the actor portraying Master Torben is Dean Charles Chapman, who also portrayed Tommen Baratheon in Game of Thrones. So what happens next in the episode feels intentional and almost fucked. That aside for now, though, I find it extremely weird that they took an actor that actually looks fairly good and aged him up in the ugliest way possible. The hairline, the scruffy beard, the scars. I mean, the scars at least could be explained by the plot line at some point, I'm presuming. It's part of the backstory of all the things that are happening. But what's with the fucking hairline, dude? Like, this is just weird. So is he awake? Or is he actually like in some kind of comatose? And now she magically cares about being seen again. Show! Please! Some internal consistency! Some! Sneaks in, tries not to be seen. Walks down the hallway right next to somebody else and goes in. And then she hears noises and suddenly cares about being seen. You were seen! You were seen by the individual walking past in the hallway. You have been exposed. Someone saw you come in. Why do you care now? Also, it's one lone Jedi. You've proven you can kill a master. You can kill this scrub. By the universe's own I mean, you shouldn't actually be able to do that. But by the universe's logic, you should be able to kill this guy. The fuck are you running for? Fuck you. Oh, she gonna do some repair stuff as the badass mechanic?
Hey, Padawan.
God forbid they just call
You could try
someone a
repolarizing the power
mechanic.
couplings.
Thanks.
Okay. There's already so much wrong with the show. I don't know if this is worth even really hitting on, but fuck it. The repair or the way to get that particular machine working was 2 knobs, which those particular knobs looked like adjustables, you know, like to turn up or turn down something. I'm sure the show director thought that looked like a sufficient level of like mechanical, like impressive repair, right? It's like, oh, she's really trying to repair this thing. Oh, you need to do this and this. Turns up, turns down knob. It's magically working again. So if it looked to me that was about as... Actually, it looked less complicated than unplugging and plugging it back in.
I thought that only our 2 droids did the out-of-ship work.
Well, any astromech.
Alright, so mechanics are specifically out of ship only?
And Pip is also very flexible.
Yeah, I mean, you ripped his head off, so he'd have to be a little flexible, you know? Bitch, you tore my head off!
I must protest over not
He's
restraining
avoiding
the
her?
prisoner. She has escaped once before. May would not have the training to defeat a Jedi Master.
Osha hasn't trained in 6 years.
She was presumed dead 16 years ago.
Presumed dead? You
I
said you
believe
saw her
she is
die.
responsible.
A suspect matching OSHA's description broke into a local Jedi temple.
Where?
Olega.
So that clears her.
Take OSHA with you. She could be an asset.
Or a hindrance. So of all the dumb thing, that's still dumb. She's an active threat to your investigation. She could hinder it, and especially if she realizes she may not know at this current moment, or whatever. She should have reasoned already, by the way, that hey, this identical-looking person to me, according to eyewitnesses, killed people. I have an identical twin sister. Oh well, she's dead. But basic logic would still have you consider the idea, oh, maybe she's actually alive and she's killing people for some reason. Like, especially with that Force vision, which was basically the Force telling this bitch, by the way, your sister is alive. And presumably May knows that she's alive and that the reason she's okay with being seen by multiple people is she's fine with, like, the blame being put on her sister, I guess. Like, I'm not sure if that's actually what's going on there. This part is stupid, though. Like... It is, like, you could have her be an asset for, presumably, for, like, information on what May might do, even though they've been estranged for 16 years, therefore she probably wouldn't know jack shit about what May would do. But let's play pretend here, and say that makes sense. She could do that from the temple. If I could keep going. I don't know why I'm trying to...
Olega. We're not escorting the prisoner back to...
Osha is coming with us.
I mean, they keep portraying Floyd like he's an idiot, but honestly, he's made at least 2 smart points that everyone else, including a master, have ignored. Restrain the suspect, basic, and don't bring her along in the investigation where she can warn or cover for or hinder the investigation over her sister. Ezra Miller?
What are you wearing?
Oh, I took it off the guy who owns this place. Yeah, I'm blending in.
Okay, so from that line before, they might be about to expose it, so I might bite my own tongue here. So she's part of more than just like a master and apprentice relationship with a Sith as an assassin. She seems so there's other assassins she's working with because he's trying to blend in and he got the outfit off of the owner. So he either killed him or stole it from him and knocked him out and stashed him somewhere. I'm assuming killed. So is this like a cabal of assassins all following one Sith? And if that's the case, now again, this is probably Legends now, which is sad, but Darth Bane established the rule of 2. The rule of 2, for those who don't know, is the Sith cut the fat, if you will, on their particular religion. They used to be like the Jedi in terms of having like dozens and dozens of Sith everywhere, but it hindered each other quite extensively. Because Sith, unlike the Jedi, they're not very cohesive. Because they're very independent, they're very power hungry, each of them are constantly trying to get one over on the others. following each other into battle, following rules, instructions, anything like that, any kind of collaborative effort outside of two Sith, and one where there's an ingrained separation of master and apprentice, results in conflict, results in hindrance between the two sets of Sith who might be on equal authority. Or even if they're not, they're still trying to kill the guy above them to reach the top. So it just resulted in a lot of chaos. So Darth Bane was like, fuck it. All of the Sith are dead. Just me and an apprentice. Because if the rule of two, there's always a master and apprentice. The master controls the power, and the apprentice seeks the power. And it kind of goes in this rotation of they both work towards the master's goal until the apprentice gets powerful enough and confident enough in their own abilities to take on the master. That's generally how the rule of two functions, and it allows those particular set of Sith to actually accomplish things. And we did technically in canon, while that was still canon, get a break in that during the Clone Wars series. Because keep in mind, that series was active while that was still canon in official lore, back when Lucas still helmed everything. God, better days. But even in the Clone Wars, they kind of broke that a little bit with the Asajj and Dooku and Palpatine, and then later Maul and... can't remember what the Maul's brother's name was off the top of my head now. But all of them were active at the same time. So all of that broke the rule of two already, to be fair. So I don't know if that's what's going on here. Is this there's multiple assassins, they all serve the Sith, or if these are other assassins and she's the only one out of whatever ones we'll meet that actually directly serves a Sith. Regardless, she's a shit assassin. This guy stole a shop from an apothecary. Wouldn't the locals notice, hey, there's a new guy here? And after, I don't know how long he's been there. Maybe it's only been as long as she's been there, so a day. But still, people would be like, wait, I don't know you. Where's the normal shop owner? And let's say he gives it excuses. Oh, he went on vacation, or oh, he's just doing this. Wouldn't they still be like, but wait, where'd you come from? Now, I don't know how big the city that they're currently in. If it's a big city, then maybe people would be like, oh, okay, maybe he just got hired and I don't recognize him because he was from a different part of the city, but he moved this way to take this job. Who's to say? But there's lots of questions here that they need to qualify. Because they are questions. You don't want your audience to spend their entire time guessing at what you're trying to imply.
I have 2 Jedi to kill after Torben. And I will kill one of them without a weapon and please the Master.
Every, time I let them speak, there's so much more shit just spewing out. Okay, so the Master. Let's hit that one first. So they are a cabal. It's multiple assassins all serving the Sith. So fuck the rule of two. Okay. Fine, fuck it, whatever. So, fuck the rule of two, I suppose. Serve the Master. She now also wants to kill him with poison. So, one, thing you could say they've set up with Osha constantly pulling out the knife and being like, fight me, is, okay, she's an assassin, huge parentheses, but really all it means in this case is she's a warrior, training acolyte of a Sith that wants to prove herself against Jedi in a fair fight. Or maybe she doesn't want to, she's being ordered to by her master to prove herself, and the reason she doesn't have a saber is because that's maybe what all this is leading up to. Although, to be quite frank, the Sith would just give their fucking acolytes a saber. If the acolyte or the apprentice is at a level where they're ready to take on a knight or even just a Padawan, they're ready for a saber. Why would you send out an acolyte to kill Jedi Masters with nothing but a bunch of fucking little hyped up butter knives? And also, you do that when you say a line like, "Oh, a Jedi cannot be killed with steel or laser." Then she pulls up and is like, "Yo, Master, I killed a master with a kunai. It's made of steel. It's not even a vibroblade." Oh, but yeah, that whole thing has been the warrior thing, presumably. But now she's okay to do poison? Now you can do an espionage stealthy assassin technique? So which is it? Are you Like, I need to face them face to face. Or can you poison their food? Can you just put like a couple droplets in some water for them? I'm so confused what the show's trying to like showcase for like traits for this character.
In the name of peace. And peace
Is a lie. I know.
So he is also an acolyte, because he just quoted a line from the Sith code. Peace is a lie. There's only passion, etc., etc., etc. God, I used to have so much fun, like actually saying the whole thing, saying the Jedi code, and then also saying the fan-made like gray Jedi code. Like those used to be like fun. Now I can't even.
It wouldn't bode well for either of us if you told him about this.
Of course.
The master. So she isn't allowed to use poison. Okay, so that actually makes her worse. Because, think about it. That implication there is, oh, she's not allowed to use poison. The master wants her to kill them herself. So that means she's perfectly okay with just doing some fuck shit. Like this isn't like, oh, like she's ordered to kill them at all costs. She's being ordered to kill them, apparently, a specific way, or at least specifically not using certain ways. And she mentioned she had to kill one earlier without a weapon, which I'm still not sure what that means. My guess is she has to, like, strangle him to death, or use the Force. Either way, okay, I could kind of reason that one. Like, maybe she's supposed to, like, forcefully, pun intended, forcefully kill them with, like, Force lightning, or perhaps, like, a Force choke, or something, some expression of power in the Force. I could kind of see a Sith, like, ordering that as, like, a trial for their Acolyte. That I can see. Okay. So she's been allowed to kill them with daggers, and this just occurred to me. I don't think this is the reason the writers wrote it, but perhaps the reason she wasn't giving a saber is to reveal, because they believe as long as she doesn't use like a red saber, it's not official confirmation that they're Sith. Because at this point, Sith should not be active at all. Like, the Sith have been completely defeated by the Jedi. They've been gone for thousands of years. This is still Disney canon, because they said the original films and the prequels and the Clone Wars cartoon were all still canon. And the prequels established that the Sith had not been seen for like 1,000 years. This is only 100 years prior to the prequels. So, officially speaking, there wouldn't be Sith running around. So, perhaps that's why she hasn't been given a saber, and we've only seen her interact with her master, but no one else interact with the master. So that's probably their internal excuse for, like, oh, well, that's still true. They don't know it's Sith. It could be anybody, you know. Except she's Force sensitive. She's using that Force. They just established that they believe she's being trained by a master. Like, that's like lines earlier. Like, who trained you? And they established, like, oh, well, she couldn't be the one to assassinate her because she hasn't been trained. She wasn't taken in like Osha was. Well, once they fight her and they see her being and using the Force, and again the witness testimony they valued so highly for some fucking reason, the guy said, like, hey, like, she used the Force. All of that would be immediate indicators they're dealing with a Sith. Now, it could be a rogue Jedi, but I don't trust the writers to even think of that. They're too fucking stupid. Like, there's so many layers of stupidity here. But circling back, she is telling this fellow assassin, hey, don't tell the master that I'm using poison. It wouldn't be good for either of us. Why, oh why, is it not okay for her to use poison? Like I want to know the why of it. It makes her character seem worse, because she's like, well, fuck the rules. I'm just gonna poison him anyway, even though I've been ordered not to. And that's also more shit. It's like the one character trait people could say is somewhat redeeming about May's character is she wants to fight them face to face. She wants to give them a fair shot of beating her in a straight up fight, even though she's overconfident and thinks that they can't beat her. And sadly, the universe is this universe, not Star Wars, but this universe, the mockery of it, is placating to that idea. But holy fuck. But now she's totally cool with poison. So that potentially positive character trait of her wanting to have like a one-on-one mano-y-mano bout. No, it's just kill at all costs. And her own master isn't okay with it. They, again, every fucking time they speak, there's something new that's absolute bullshit.
I'm trying to sink him to your ship so I can get some fuel levels and some vitals and...
No. Like, he should immediately go, whoa, no hooking up your stuff. No hooking up your stuff to our... No. Like, you've effectively cleared her with the testimony of, like, hey, something else is going on elsewhere. But that elsewhere thing wasn't an assassination, as of yet. It could just be a totally unrelated thing. You have no confirmation 100% that Osha is not the assassin. Even if you... I trust her. But even with that, why would you trust her? Even if she, like, completely cut away like the assassin thing, you haven't known this woman for 6 years. 6 years she's had to develop a whole different personality, a whole different set of values, and a whole different moral code, especially since she's been having to fend for herself. You should not trust her to hook anything or touch anything to do with your ship. Outside of maybe an emergency situation. Let's say the ship's lights went out or the life support was about to go out. Or something like dire happened. Or the hyperdrive was damaged. And you needed a mechanic to repair it. That would, in an emergency situation, that would be fine to obviously reach out to her. It's a do or die situation at that point. But your ship's perfectly functional. You're heading on to your way to the destination, and she's still, technically speaking, a suspect. Oh, now it's okay during the daytime. Okay. You think they'd put like a force field on the sunroof?
Please, walk us through it.
Someone spotted a hooded intruder and alerted me, but we searched the temple and found nothing.
I've already said it, but it has to be said again because they're bringing it up. Yeah, I wonder who spotted her. Maybe the person she walked casually past in the hallway? Someone spotted her. I wonder how.
Before the gatekeeper droids failed, they caught this little scoundrel messing about our portcullis.
Okay. First of all,
No.
Since when did the Jedi let in, endowed fellow? The Jedi are very physically fit. Like, they're raised from childhood to be warriors. They're constantly doing physical exercises. Part of discipline is, like, they're eating. Like, they definitely will pay very close to their diets. There's just, like, immediately, this is a huge what the fuck moment. Okay, his size aside, okay, suspension of disbelief on that one. But his size aside, that, again, like, okay, the way he's talking specifically, not this guy. This guy at least felt like he was exchanging like a Jedi would. The lingo that they used when they first entered the scene, like, it's a result of investigation. It is an investigation, but again, they're like kind of conducting themselves a little bit like cops, which is strange, but not totally wrong for the situation. But then the way this guy came in, let's just go back a couple seconds here.
But, we searched the temple and found nothing.
But before the gate...
So he's carrying, dragging in the kid, and he's almost coming off like...
The droids failed, they caught this little scoundrel messing about our portcullis. Worming!
It's not, like, the way he's talking and the way he's behaving is not like a Jedi. Like, he's very gruff. He's very straight-like. He sounds like a British beat cop. Like, even the way he's carrying the kid, there's no composure. There's no elegance. There's no confidence. Like, if he were a Padawan, it would make sense. But the guy's clearly a full-grown adult. So, at minimum, unless he's like a really late bloomer as a Padawan, the guy's presumably a knight or a temple guard or some kind of equivalency to a full Jedi. And he's conducting himself like that. He's very gruff for now. Again, there are exceptions within even legends in terms of Jedi who didn't conduct themselves like normal, but those were usually Jedi that were Sentinels or Jedi Shadows or Jedi that, you know, went on long-term missions outside of the Order, and thus, because they had so little exposure to normal Jedi behavior, that resulted in them as Jedi kind of changing personality to match that more of like a civilian. Less composed, more, you know, gruff, more rough around the edges. But for Jedi that are in institution areas that are of the Order and of the discipline and of their teachings constantly, they won't have that much exposure to normal people who act differently or act a little less composed. And again, they're monks. These individuals, they even said in the show, they're monks. So they recognize that that's the aspect that they're supposed to be kind of espousing. And you have a Jedi come out, this big rotund dude, acting like a beat cop and being super uncomposed, to be like, stop it, stop squirming, stop firing portcullis. That's not how Jedi conduct themselves. Like, they got it right with the first guy, very composed, very airy almost. They have this like energy around them that's like they're constantly like keeping themselves under like emotional like zen. Like, that's how Jedi conduct themselves for the most part. Especially if they're temple bound or they're, this is a minor temple, but still they're bound to a location that's constantly breathing back into them the ways of the Jedi. They're constantly practicing that to the point that this master seems to be meditating fucking around the clock. So a Jedi that's in that scenario would not act like this. Now, granted, maybe they'll kind of redeem it a little bit. Is like he recomposes himself, and it's just his having to deal with this kid that's kind of breaking his composure. But it's really off-putting. Very, like, for me in particular, it's very off-putting.
Do you remember me?
Oh, this bitch.
Master Torben.
He's asleep or comatose. He can't fucking hear you.
I know why you took the Barrage vow. You thought this life would give you the peace you seek. But your past still haunts you.
Did you activate the security droid? Why did you activate it?
She paid me to.
Who paid you to?
She had a hood on, but it was her.
I would like to speak with Master Torben, please.
Master Torben hasn't spoken to anyone in over 10 years.
But he will speak to me.
Okay. So, that doesn't necessarily mean he's been like that for 10 years, but if they're implying that he's been floating there meditating for 10 years straight, how is he not dead? He's human, has to eat, has to drink, and he is sleeping, I guess. I hope that's not what they're implying, but if he's been living like an isolationist lifestyle for 10 years, that they'll probably, like, there's no way they'll be able to dodge that. They'll establish some level of why.
I'm an old friend.
10 years
I
ago,
offer you a choice. Confess your crime to the Jedi Council, or receive the forgiveness you seek.
Okay. So now you don't even need to assassinate them. Like, that's not even something you have to / want to do. You're perfectly fine with a confession to the Order that you're not a part of. And all of this is being established to be a personal vendetta. Like every other line from this chick, like every other line, it's just this fundamentally stupid. How far in the episode am I? I'm not even a third through the fucking episode.
I've been waiting for you,
They're gonna have him fucking... Is he gonna, like, voluntarily drink it?
Forgive me. We thought we were doing the right thing.
Okay. Okay, this is so fucking stupid. All of that just to talk no jutsu into him killing himself. That's so lame. That's lame and also really dissatisfying. Like, a part of her journey is this, like, assassination thing, and you just convince one of them to kill himself. The payoff for, like, what they did has to be, like, fucking crazy to justify this kind of reaction. Weren't they all going to the same place then? She just found a magic shortcut to the location they were all heading to. Presumably, the Jedi that are local to this temple weren't giving them a sightseeing journey. They were going to take them straight there. So how the fuck did you going a completely separate path in the building lead you to getting there first? Ugh. Yeah, put your fingers all over it. Why is she so calm? Oh, she was trained as a Padawan learner. She didn't pass the trials, and she hasn't been a Jedi for 6 years. She's been a mechanic. A dead body should not be a Tuesday thing. That has not been satisfactory set up there. Like, 6 years to... Let's say she saw a couple dead bodies. Even as Padawans, in this era, there is not an active war with a Sith. The conflicts are far more manageable by Jedi at this point in time. Like, the few conflicts a Jedi would be in would still not have large body counts or anything like that. The average Padawan, especially if they never really left Coruscant or a similar world, would rarely, if ever, see combat. Like real combat, not just training combat. So, why are they, like, portraying her as being so calm? Like, this should be a shocking sight. Oh, in her past trauma, she saw bodies and she saw horrible things, so she can handle this. It's been years. If anything, this should be causing PTSD. Like, seeing another body after so long, it would immediately remind her of the only other time she's likely seen a body in her life, which was whatever trauma that her and May went through. And she just said herself, she never moved past it. So it's not like, oh, she was able to, you know, take that experience and then move on from it and then, like, able to internalize and cope with the things she saw. And so that kind of translates to this moment of, okay, she's already had to like steel herself with this kind of thing before. She just admitted she never got over it. So there should be a moment, this could be a good character moment where they show, like, flashes of what happened and, like, have a, or you don't even really need to do that. Like, just have her, like, kind of hyperventilate for a few seconds and then, like, you know, it also could be a good moment of us reestablishing her connection to the Force, because in the first episode she tried to, like, Force grab Pip and failed to because it's been that long since she had to conjure up the Force. This could have been a moment for her to, like, remember, like, her master, and, like, who's in the building, by the way. Like, remember maybe some, like, meditative techniques he taught her, and, like, and then, like, the Force, I am the Force, I am one with the Force is with me, I am one with the Force. Something like that, to, like, compose herself, breathe in, and then take in the situation as calmly as she is here. That aside, for the dumbness, they're clearly setting up that she's about to be discovered by everybody, and they're gonna go, it really was her! See, she killed him! I'm overloaded by how stupid the show is. Oh yeah, put your fingers all over the body, too.
Step away from the body.
I know what this looks like, but I can explain.
Do not.
I know what this looks like, guys! But I can explain. If you knew what it looked like, why did you get up on the body? Why did you touch the poison, sniff it? Why did you touch his face?
She didn't do it. My sights were on her the entire time.
Then why didn't you come around the corner? Why didn't you check the body? Why didn't you go, Master Torben? Why didn't you? You just creepily were in the corner like, yeah, there's a dead master in there, but I'm just gonna watch her. They really need to have like a major payoff with whatever happened. Like, I swear to God, if it's something like the level at which you had to have done something to the point that killing yourself is an appropriate penance, and you're that guilty, and you have that much like personal like, I can't believe I did that. They need to have like a massacre happen, and if so, that's gonna have so many other issues. With Jedi straight up massacring a whole people, which is what I can fathom could be the cause, but that makes no fucking sense. Like, they're trying to portray the Jedi in this series as like, oh, the Jedi are actually the bad guys and stuff. Now, the thing is, that story could be good, because there are major, like, in Lucas's own writings, the Jedi are really bad at certain points in their eras. Not to the point of massacring people, though. That's not an evil that they ever do. They are really, really good compared to the Sith. Where they are bad is more in terms of their behaviors within the Order, and also how they handle other Force users. Or Force sensitives, I should say, sorry. Like, the indoctrination process of the Jedi, like, that whole mentality. Also, the complete refusal and cutoff of emotions. Even though there is a reason for it, it does, in many ways, the very efforts they put in to suppressing emotion, rather than figuring out how to control it and properly manage it. Like, that has led to a lot of evils and a lot of Sith or Dark Jedi being made to begin with. Like, that's their fault, 100%. There are massive issues with the Jedi Order, things you can make a whole show about addressing, and have a character who was once a Jedi turned to a Sith or a pseudo-Sith, and have that story told, and the Jedi do look bad in the situation, without them being cartoonishly evil. Like, because they're not. Like, despite all the evils they have within themselves, and their own, like, dogma and behaviors and stuff, they don't kill civilians. They don't even like to fight at all. Like there's so many. Also, another evil you could address, though, is the passivity. Like, again, it's not really an evil, but a bad or something that could be addressed in the show is, yes, especially in the High Republic era, well, the Old Republic era and the peaceful era between, like, during the prequels and slightly before the prequels, that era of Jedi were particularly stagnant and refused to get involved in a lot of minor conflicts that didn't involve them. So you could showcase a story where the Jedi's passivity led to a lot of death, where they could have solved the situation. There are so many angles of approach you can have with this, and have an Acolyte style show with a character who's disenfranchised with the Jedi and turns to the Sith, and have some genuine grievances with how they were written without turning them into the cartoonish bad guys. God, I gotta stop ranting. I'm not even halfway through the fucking episode.
We secure the perimeter. Jackie stays on lookout, and I will confront this imposter. Stun him, if need be. Then we bring him back to the ship for questioning.
It's not the worst plan. It's a bit too direct.
Or we skip that, and she just talks to him.
You're a Padawan. Why are you talking like that? Okay, they did establish that she doesn't respect this knight. Okay, fine. But you're a Padawan learner. Like, I'm not saying she couldn't present an alternative plan to a knight in front of that knight. But the level of disrespect, and again, they're portraying this like he's making a bad plan. It's not a bad plan. Like, again, like,
If he's May's accomplice.
Stun him, if need be.
His suggestions.
We secure the...
Okay. He steps forward and even gestures to her, hey, let me speak. She does, to be fair.
The perimeter.
We set up a perimeter.
Jackie stays on lookout.
Jackie stays on lookout. Okay, good. None of this is bad. It's all prepping just in case someone tries to make a run for it.
And I will confront this imposter.
He said, I'll confront him. Makes sense. He's a knight. He's shown himself to be composed, at least somewhat. He's composed, so he would be a fine person to interrogate him. And if need be, he can stun him.
Stun him, if need be. Then we bring him back to the ship for questioning.
All reasonable. Nothing stupid, nothing ridiculous about this plan. The way he's saying it and the way the show's kind of pitching it is like he is suggesting something. I know, crazy. We go in and talk to him directly and have a perimeter set up for in case he runs. And if he does, stun him and then drag him back to the ship and continue to question him. None of that is unreasonable. And then...
Or we skip that.
Which, that attitude, that's dismissive, like, and disrespectful. Like, entirely disrespectful to your superior. He is a Jedi Knight. You are a Padawan learner. You are beneath him. You may not think that. You may be arrogant, which, by the way, is a Sith emotion, but you may be arrogantly thinking yourself above him overall in quality, but officially, that is a Jedi Knight you are downplaying and disrespecting. And what's worse is your plan is the stupid one. He said, let's set up a perimeter. Let's have one of us on lookout, and I'll go in and talk to him and ask him questions. And if he tries to run for it, I'll stun him, and we take him back to ship, and we continue to question him. Perfectly reasonable plan. Nothing about that was stupid. And she's like, well, let's skip all that. Like, stupid stuff. Like, setting up a perimeter. Or stunning him if he tries to run. Like, whatever. Let's just have her talk to him. You're the one with the stupid plan.
Oh. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
If I were him, I'd be like, that ain't her.
Hey, are you okay? Did the poison work?
That's it. That's all we need.
Let's pull her out.
Wait!
Okay, I'm only gonna hit on one point because I have a couple here. But here's one I want to. Why did they reacted so quickly? That's all we need. Boom, let's go. That isn't when you go to the effort of this kind of thing where you like in like Law and Order, right? You even if they confess outright to the crime in the recording, they could potentially still admit and bring up other crimes you didn't even know they committed. You let them continue to hang themselves until you need to pull out the person, or until the person could just pull out in like a natural way themselves. If you have someone in there as a witness or as somebody you've snuck in, you let the person hang themselves as much as possible.
You look exactly like her.
That was so weird. Like, why did you get up on her and say you look exactly like her? He clearly then realized, oh, you're Osha. And I thought when he was doing that, oh, he's going to grab her and he's going to, like, take her captive. Or he's going to do something. You just got up on her and said that and didn't run. Why?
If you cooperate, we will consider letting you go with a warning.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, sir.
What? First of all, there's no way he believes that. That's an outright lie. Like, and to be fair, like, the Jedi have proven in this to lie, and they have lied in the past. That's not the abnormal part. It's the fact that it's the obvious lie. It's not even well done. He's being fucking blatant. What in the holiest of fucks am I witnessing? Like, they both gotta know that that's bullshit, right?
Please don't do the memory wipe thing, or...
What? Okay, you know that they do that. Why didn't you run? And again, there's no way they let him off. You gave the poison. You clearly know about the Master. There's so many elements of this. Like, this guy's about to die. He has to die somehow. He's like... My guess is he's going to sneak over somewhere and try and activate a bomb or activate a secret door. Something. But he knows there's no way out of this. And best case scenario, you're in some kind of galactic prison for the rest of your life.
Who is he?
I thought he was with you.
Does May have a master? Is someone training her?
Listen, I have no idea what's going on with that girl. Is that she wants revenge on 4 Jedi.
Gord, secure the perimeter. Keep an eye out for May. Jackie, get to the ship.
Why don't we just skip all that? I'm sorry, I can't. I meant to move past it because it's gonna be our fucking day. Did they really just move past the he point when he jokingly went, I thought he was with you? They really moved past it. You really didn't press him on it. You really didn't say, who is he? And stop. Like, you didn't say, stop being an idiot. You didn't read his mind. You didn't do any fucking shit that would make absolute sense in this scenario, especially when you need and want to know who he is. And this guy clearly does know. You didn't press him on it. You let that joking fucking bullshit, like, oh, I thought he was with you, fucking go. You let that shit go. Fuck, this is anti-writing. So fucking dumb.
What if this guy's lying? What if this is a trap?
You'd stick to the plan. Do not interfere.
You are a Padawan fucking learner talking to a Jedi Knight, your superior. This is like talking to one's boss and saying, fuck you, and expecting nothing in return. And no, the argument, oh, well, he's not her master, doesn't fly. Her master's responsible for her behavior, and it reflects poorly on him and his training if she's acting like this to a knight. Doesn't matter how much of a buffoon you might truly believe this given knight is, he is a knight. He is above you. He has earned inherent respect to his position from you. You cannot talk to a superior this way. And the fact that she's like issuing him orders and shit. Additionally, he's not making bad points. Like, why is he being treated like a buffoon for saying intelligent things?
I have a bad feeling about this.
Fair enough. You would.
What if this guy's lying? What if...
Genuine question. You didn't affirm that he's telling the truth or not, because he didn't fucking read his mind, which you're established to have the power to do.
This is a trap.
Again, also valid.
You'd stick to the plan.
And she's like, oh, what stupid points it's bringing up. Shut up, man. Shut up, man. How dare you? I'm a woman. You shouldn't be talking to me on the radio like that. Holy shit. You're so stupid.
I didn't know you were still so angry.
She killed my family.
Wait, what? Oh! I can't go 5 minutes. I can't go 5 minutes without something either really dumb or confusing fucking come up. Okay. Which point to hit on first? Okay. Master Soul just talked. Okay. He's like, I must face her alone. Why? This chick has already been established. This assassin has been established to be at the level of killing masters with pure skill. Thus, the logical and Jedi thing to do would be to approach the threat at that level of master killer. So you would send more than one master and several Padawans to subdue the threat. A one-on-one mano-a-mano situation has been established to be a potential or likely no-win scenario. Now, if you could, if the first assassination had gone like the second one, where it was like a suicide, or it was a sneak attack or a proper assassination, then you could make the argument is like, okay, well, the master's now prepared and ready for any tricks. But this is someone who's killed masters in a straight mano-a-mano fight. So you going up against this alone is stupid and clearly emotionally driven. Secondly, holy fuck. So now I'm really fucking confused why the Torben guy killed himself. Because now granted, before I say this, it's likely that Osha was lied to at this point based on the previous episode where there was like that slow zoom in with the dramatic music on Master here. Osha literally just said, she killed my entire family, implying May killed her family. And she was there and saw it. So presumably, that's partially true. Now, let's say it's complete bullshit and her brain was somehow wiped or the memory was altered in some way. Or maybe she just didn't see the whole thing. If May did something that resulted in her family dying, like maybe she's like squared up on the Jedi or something when she was like 8, which would be fucking dumb. But let's say something like that happened and the Jedi defended themselves and some like whammon ultra superpowered force was used by this child and they thus reacted hostilely and tried to fight her and it resulted somehow in a catastrophe where their family died. Again, I'm trying to reason in my head what the hell this is leading to. I mentioned a Wookiee earlier. Is that a Wookiee like Jedi or something?
Have faith in May.
Why? Hold on. Now, if he had said, have faith in the Force, it'll guide us. If he had said something like that, or have faith in me, to like handle the situation. Right. Have faith in May. We just established, now we don't know if it's true or not, but we just established that Osha thinks May killed her family. Like their family. Which is, by the way, is worse than a stranger doing it. Because if your own worse, your identical twin sister kills your whole family and leaves you to suffer a really, really hard life, that would result in way stronger, like, hateful emotions. But you come back at what she just said with, have faith in May, the sister who betrayed her and had her whole family killed. First of all, why on earth would she? Why on earth would you recommend she have faith in such a sister?
You killed Indara and Tobin?
Okay, that was way too emotional. Okay, so, first of all, you approach her like, you killed me, you killed Indara, you didn't kill me, you killed Torben, you killed Indara, and the way he's doing, he's like horror and stuff. That's not how you get her to listen to you, dude. They're about to have a back and forth fight. We knew they were gonna, but this could have been an opportunity for him to be like, before you attack, listen to me. This is wrong, May. Like, try something like that. Like how a Jedi Master who's trying to actually solve it peaceably, like Jedi do, that's how you would have entered the conversation. You don't start off by acting horrified and indignant at the action she's done. That's inviting a fight. Like, you're implying that you're, like, about to snap yourself. You go in, like, May? May. And then you, you kind of, like, approach slowly, show your hands that you're not, like, gonna immediately grab your saber. You're gonna, eventually. But, try and, like, enter into a conversation. This isn't, like, the way he went in invited a fight. And you threw them at the ground instead. Why?
What's going on, Yod?
Sol is trying to find out who trained May.
Huh. It's almost like letting her hook up her fucking pip to your computer systems wasn't a great idea. Because now she has access to your community. That's what I think they're implying by this. So she has access to your communications, so it's almost like that was a bad idea. Yeah, why is he wearing his overcloak? Jedi take that off for a fight.
Your thoughts still go to your sister.
My sister is dead!
Osha is alive.
So... Okay.
You lie!
He speaks the truth.
Why would you saying that be any more convincing? She gonna smoke bomb? I was joking.
Oshi?
Okay. I couldn't tell, but did she intentionally miss just now, or is she just a shit shot? Because if they intended to imply that she intentionally missed, that slight nudge up, because that looked like recoil to me, or like an attempt at simulating recoil with the gun. If that was meant to imply, hey, I'm intentionally missing, it wasn't very good.
But we know where she's going next. We must
We
move.
don't make decisions like this without meaningful discussion, Soul.
Out to the Jedi. They're right up there. They're everywhere. I should kill you for betraying me like this.
Wait, hold on. He has equivalent skill to her to not only realize she's attacking him, but then pivot her away from... She's shown to be able to kill a Jedi Master. So unless she just wasn't actually trying to kill him just now, which, if so, why even bother, like, with the fucking knife situation? So is this guy, like, a Sith Acolyte and stuff? If so, why was he such a bit... Well, to be fair, that actually could be an interesting, like, type of character, right? Because the Sith are shown to be perfectly willing to use espionage and stuff like that. So, and Sith assassins would be the ones to do it. So if he was actually a capable fighter and he was pretending to be a sniveling weasel, that is actually kind of a cool thing to do with a Sith character. But if showing this, if there is no payoff by the end of this series that he actually like does stuff and actually gets into combat, it feels narratively cheap.
What the hell's Kofar? A relaxing forest retreat in the Outer Rim, where the Wookiee Jedi lives.
It's gone. Come on.
Come on.
What? Okay. The Jedi being shown to be buffoons, that's just par for the course at this point. That doesn't make these main villains look capable. That makes them look lucky and have basic intelligence, whereas the Jedi have negative intelligence. Fair enough. A bit aggressive for a Jedi, but... Oh my god, that felt so fucking long. That was only like... That was 30 minutes. Alright, so that was episode 2. I said already a lot throughout the edit, and no doubt that in the edited version, when you guys actually finally get to see that, I don't know how long this is going to take me to edit, especially with how busy this week is, but holy crap, it was just so bad. It was so fundamentally bad. Like, I couldn't go more than 2 minutes in the episode without a line saying something fundamentally stupid, lore-breaking, or absolutely just fucking nuts and contradictory to basic common sense. And the fact that they make, like, appeal to logic at times during these episodes is just, in and of itself, such a comedic thing. I don't know what to do with that other than just laugh. Just absolutely laugh. It's like you're appealing to logic when you have none. When the people behind this show have none. When the screenplay writer has none. When the director has none. When the producer has none. And considering they're all the same person, I guess that makes fucking sense. Like, this is clearly the brainchild of Leslie Headland, and she's making Tommy Wiseau look like a fucking auteur, like a great auteur and artist, like just an absolute amazing talent by comparison. Like, oh, so many dumb decisions happen in this episode, so many dumb implications, and so many threads being set up that are not going to have a good payoff. Like the Master Torben, like killing himself over what happened, and then there's an implication that May is the one that is the person who's guilty of having their family die. And if even that's partially true, that Torben guy should not have killed himself. Like, we're going to get the full context at some point throughout this series. Episode 3 isn't out yet, and as of recording, it's coming out tonight actually. So I don't know how long it's going to take me to edit this together. It's going to be a few days. So by the time you guys see episode 3, we're probably, episode 6 might be out. This is painful. So, I don't know what else to say, honestly. Like, I've said a million things throughout the episode, so I guess I'll just leave off on this. Genuinely, from me. Even to hate watch. And that's rich coming from me, I know. I'm hate watching, but I'm doing it for content, admittedly. And plus, it's also kind of... I am enjoying watching the train wreck, at least. That part is enjoyable. It's the insult to basic intelligence that's like making it exhausting. But yeah, anyway, that's episode 2. There's a lot of rumor going around from what I've seen of people talking about episode 3 and that it's going to be so fundamentally worse. Like, it's going to be worse than the Last Jedi in terms of quality, in terms of lore-breaking bullshit. I don't know how that's possible. I hate to find out how that's possible, but we're about to, I suppose. So anyway, that's it for me. Leave a like if you want my misery to continue. Feel free to not leave that like, and I genuinely mean that. That's probably fine with me. But anyway, that's it. I'm out. Bye.